Again, today is just a study in finding surface areas. I already talked to you about lateral area, and lateral area again is just the area of the walls, and surface area is the walls and the base. Now the first shape we have right here, this is just called a what? It's actually just called a pyramid, all right? And generally we say it would be called, if I knew the base, you define it from the base. So that we could say is a square pyramid, all right? We could also call it a triangular pyramid if the base was a triangle. But most of the time, pyramids are squares, all right? So if the pyramid is a square, the surface area would be composed of what? Well, now, the surface area would be composed of what? Very good. 4 triangles and 1 square. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to show you how they came up with the formula for the surface area. All right. First and foremost, if this is a square base, right, if I wanted to, I could say the surface area is equal to area of the base. Everybody agree with that? Now, are the triangles the same? Yeah, the triangles are the same because it's a square base. Do you agree with that? All right, so how many triangles are there? 4. Now, so it'd be plus 4 times, what's the formula for area of a triangle?
1/2
All right, now please watch. 1/2 base. Now, generally, we don't put an H down, right, because that could be confused with the height of the prism. All right, so we call it L, and L just is the what? Slant height. All right, and don't get confused with that. L just means the height of the what? Triangle, not the height of the what? Base. All right, or not the height of the prism. Thank you. All right, or the pyramid. So now, please watch. Again, I'm always mystified. If you please pay attention, you'll understand the formula. It'll be super easy. So 1/2 base. And I'm using L because that will be considered the what? Slant height. All right. Now, I want someone to tell me if I did the formula down here, they're saying the surface area is 1/2 the perimeter times the slant height. P stands for perimeter. All right. And I never understood why kids had so much trouble with that. All right. Because I'm showing you how they come up with that. So please look. All right. Do you have to know that formula, really? In my opinion, no, because you just count the number of triangles and you know how to find the area of a triangle. You know how to calculate the area of the base. So again, I'm not even saying it's necessary to memorize the formula. I'm just showing you how they come up with the formula. So can somebody tell me what 4 times the base would represent? What does that represent? 4b. So what is 4b, though? The perimeter, right. There are 4 bases, right? So the 4b actually represents the what? The perimeter. So that's how they came up with the formula. Surface area is equal to the area of the base plus, not 4, but plus 1/2 perimeter times the slant height. Again, I always try to tell my pre-algebra kids in 6th grade, and we use this formula. I tell them, do you really need that formula, though? You really don't need the formula. You just break it down into a net. That's the other thing I showed them. All right? So when you're taking a standardized test, you may forget the formula, so you can just say, hey, that base is a square, and it's surrounded by what? 4 triangles. And then you just add up. Right? Does everybody understand me why I'm confused about why this is hard? I don't understand why any of this is hard. All right? It's just plugging numbers into formulas. That's what I said the second half of geometry is just plugging numbers into formulas. All right? Now, that would be for the pyramid. Does it have to be a square base? No, it could be a hexagonal base. All right? Or it could be pentagonal base, triangular base. But generally, for a pyramid, we say that the base is regular. All right? If the base was not regular, would that formula apply? Come on. No, it would not. because the slant heights would all be what? They would all be different. If the base is different, the slant height is going to be different. So everybody with me on that? All right. Think of it as a rectangular pyramid. All right. Rectangular pyramid is possible, but this formula would not work because if you have a rectangular base, the slant heights would be different. All right. Hopefully that makes some sense too. All right. Now, as I'm going through here, now I want you to think about a cone for a minute. All right. So I'm going to try to draw a cone. Do you think the formula is any different for a cone? And the answer, of course, would be what? No, because it's a type of what? Pyramid. It's just got what type of base? Circle base, right? So now please watch again. All right, people are amazed, right? And I think on the SATs, they always give you these formulas, I think. All right, but I don't think it's necessary. All right, so again, we have surface area is equal to area of the base plus 1/2 perimeter times the slant height. It's the same formula. It's the same formula. All right, that's why I like it. All right, so if I want to convert this over to formula for a cone, all right, what's the base? Come on, guys, what's the base? Okay, it's a circle, and the formula for area of a circle is? Yeah, here we go. So the surface area is pi r squared plus 1/2. Now, what's the perimeter of a circle called? Circumference. Come on, everybody should be right on that. That's the circumference. So what's the formula for circumference of a circle? Pi d, but in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and use 2 pi r. The reason why I'm using 2 pi r is because the 1/2 and the 2 will cancel. All right? And then we have the what? Then we have the slant height. So surface area of a cone is pi r squared plus pi rl. And again, I just think that's simple. All right? Again, formula for the cone is the same as the formula for the pyramid. All right? It's just the circumference, right, is the perimeter. Does anybody have any questions with that? Does everybody agree? Pretty easy. All right. Now, the problem with a cone is that I can't cut out the net for that. All right. Does everybody see that? So it's kind of hard to make the net. But I want you to know what the net of a cone is. Does anybody happen to know? Anybody know? Right, how you make a cone? All right, so let's do that real quick. All right, if I were asking you to draw, all right, if I were asking you to draw a cone, it would look something like this. That's not very good. Try to make a circle. And then what happens is you cut out a wedge. And guess what happens if you glue these two pieces together right here? All right, try to visualize that. It folds in and creates the what? And creates the cone. All right, and creates the cone. All right, not the top of the cone, obviously, but it creates the lateral area of the cone. All right, it creates the lateral area of the cone. That's why I'm saying it's kind of hard to make the net for that, and it's hard to kind of visualize how they came up with the formula. But, like I said, calculus, when you take calculus, they should show you how that all is, how they figured out the formulas for those things. All right, very fascinating. All right, so with that in mind, all right, now let's just take a quick look at 1, 2, 3, 4 and knock these things out. All right, so everybody take out your calculator. Number 1 is just super easy. All right, again, I'm expecting you to just type it in real quick. And honestly, I feel as if everybody should write out the formula. okay? Because I don't want you in trouble. You take your test on Monday and then all of a sudden you forget the formulas or whatever. So you practice writing them out, all right? I don't care after that, all right? I know we're just plugging numbers in, all right? So let's practice. The surface area of this cone would be what? Surface area, help me. Pi r squared plus pi rl. Now, what's the problem with our cone? Come on, guys. What's the problem with the cone? Do we have the slant height? No, we do not. We don't have the slant height, but because we know our triples, we know that the slant height is what? Wait a minute. It's what? 15. Why is it 15? Because 9 is 3 times 3, 12 is 3 times 4, so 3 times 5. Everybody with me? And again, how many times are we going to see it? That's why I keep trying to drill them into your head. All right, it's always on the SAT. It's always on the ACT. The triples are everywhere. All right, so what I need you to do is I need you to put up here 15 is the slant height. 15 is the slant height. So that's generally what's going to happen on these. You're going to be missing a side, or missing a part. You got to use your trig, or you got to use the Pythagorean theorem to calculate the missing side. Then just plug the numbers in. Now, because we're dealing with pi again, because we're big kids now, we leave it in terms of pi. Are you with me? All right. Sometimes the answer in the book says round to the nearest hundredths or whatever. We're not really doing that. All right. So we want to leave the cone in terms of pi. So did someone calculate that yet? Surface area is how much? I'm not sure if that's right. $135 plus 81, right? Yep, 216 pi. I'm agreeing with you. And then we would say, what are the units? Centimeters squared, because we're talking about what? Talking about area. Yes, sir.
In the formula, what is the second R represent?
Radius.
So you do the radius twice?
Yes, because the radius is part of the lateral area formula, as well as the what? Area of the base. All right, lateral area is pi RL. Yes. I calculated 89 squared, which is 81, and then I calculated 15 times 9, which is 135, and then I did 135 plus 81, which I think is 260. All right, all I did was what? Plug the numbers into the formula. That's all we did. Plug the numbers in. And I keep trying to tell you guys, now's the time to ask me a question if you don't know number 1. There's no point in doing number 2. All right, you're checking yourself. Yes.
So what happened to the second pi?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, how'd you end up with like 216 pi instead of like?
Okay, so do you agree surface area is equal to 81 pi?
Yeah.
Plus 135 pi. Right, it's not a big deal. All right. Pi is like a variable. All right, we have 81 of them, and we add another 135, gives me 216 pi's. Everybody happy? Easy. I'm telling you, simple, simple. But you got to know the formulas. All right, and they're going to have a missing side every once in a while. You got to figure out how to find the missing side. So, like for example, number 2. Are we missing the slant height?
Yeah.
Yes, but we should be able to look at that and say right away the slant height is?
8 radical 2.
Yes, brilliant, guys. Come on now. I mean it now. Everybody should be able to tell me the slant height is 8 radical 2. Everybody good?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it not 45?
Well, the 45 degrees is the angle, kiddo. So this right here is 8. This right here is 8. So we're just using the 45, 45, 90.
Oh, I didn't see the triangle right for a second.
You with me?
Because I thought that line.
You're totally fine. So this is 8 radical 2 is the slant height. All right. Now the hard part. All right. What is the side of the base? What's the side of the base? And for some reason this is hard too. I don't know why. What's the side of the base? Guys, I'm asking you what this is right here. That's not hard. What's this right here? What is that? Of course it's 16. How did I know that? Because from here to here is what? 8. So that means from here to here has to be 8, which means from here to here is what? 16. Is everybody good with that? All right. So that is 16. All right. Now again, you know, it's getting closer to your entrance exams where you'll be taking practice tests for the schools that you're going to be going into. All right. So you have to understand the radicals. All right. So again, I really want to try to concentrate on reviewing with you the radicals and making sure you're comfortable with adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. All right. So in this particular case right here, the surface area, again, we're going to write it. Surface area is area of the base plus 1/2 perimeter times the slant height. So what's the area of the base, guys?
Oh wait,
I'm asking what's the area of the base?
56.
Yeah, come on, everybody, come on, 256. Come on, that's not hard. 16 times 16. All right, 256. All right. Now, plus 1/2. What's the perimeter of the base? 64. And then what's the slant height? 8 radical 2. So we're going to say the surface area exact answer is 256 plus what?
Or 40.
You guys are killing me today, man. 256, isn't that?
Yeah.
1/2 of 64 times 8. Half of 64 is 32. 32 times 8, 256. So the correct answer is 256 plus 256 radical 2 what? Hello, what? Good. Feet squared. Whoever said that. No one take credit. All right. Anybody have any questions? Number 2. Yes. I don't have 256 squared.
Or, like,
Well, take your calculator. And tell me what's half of 64 times 8. Right? That's what I'm saying, guys. You use your calculator, please. Yes, go.
I thought it was 1/2, and it was like 4. Like,
Perimeter times the slant height. Double check me.
is that the formula that we want earlier?
What? I'm not.
Oh, okay.
Charlotte, you all right or not?
I think so.
Right. Is this what you're asking me? 4 times the base is the perimeter.
Oh, okay.
You with me? That's what I'm saying. All right. Hopefully that made sense, guys. And I am kind of trying to tell you guys, come on now. All right. You got to understand what I'm saying. All right. Now, number 3, that's called a pentagonal pyramid, which is annoying because the base is a what? Pentagon. So I have to figure out, or I have to calculate the area of the pentagon, which is something we have to remember from about last week. All right, we did the area of a regular polygon. All right, so again, the only thing I want you to do is, the first thing I want you to do is I want you to write down the formula. So surface area is equal to area of the base plus 1/2 perimeter times the slant height. The problem here is I don't know the area of the base because it's a pentagon, correct? But do they give me the base side of the pentagon? They give me the side of the pentagon, correct? What is that? Now, how many triangles are made up of that? Don't worry about it. Just leave it there. Yeah, but seriously, it doesn't matter.
5.
Just don't step on my phone. All right. There are 5 triangles, correct? So again, I would like everybody to say, well, the area of the base is 5 times 1/2 times 8.7 and then times 6. Is everybody okay with that? I know that looks like decimals. You can't tell the difference, right? So I'm going to do it differently. 5 triangles, 1/2. The base was 8.7, and the height would be 6. Now that's just the area of the base. That should create some confusion. Does anybody have any questions with why it's 5 times 1/2 times 8.7 times 6? That's just how many triangles in the base, please? 5 triangles. So all of that is that. Is everybody agreeing? Plus, now I need 1/2. Somebody tell me what the perimeter would be. Somebody said 43.5. And what is the slant height? I think it's 15. Now again, to me, that is hard to do if you don't understand surface area. What? Because that's the 1/2 right here, kiddo. Look, right here. That's this part of the formula. Right? That's 1/2. The 43.5 comes from, see if he's correct, 8.7 times 5. That would be the perimeter. And then the slant height is actually just the height of the triangle. That's what I'm trying to draw out right now. All right, that's the height. Yes? Yeah. So now, on this right here, it's all decimals, so it's good. Surface area is equal to 456 point what? 75 inches squared. Is everybody okay with that? Again, that's you typing numbers into the calculator. That's all. That's all I can do. All right. Show you how to use the formula. Type numbers into the calculator. Should be good. Anybody have any issues? Anybody have any issues? All right. Now, I don't know why I accidentally started down there, but now I'm going to talk to you about what? The prisms. All right, we just did a pyramid, now we're going to do a prism. Now you kind of understand that should be one section and this should be another section. All right, but they decided to throw it all in one section for whatever reason. I think it was a bad idea. But again, is it really simple? Yes, it's really simple. What's the difference between a prism and a pyramid? What's the difference between a prism and a pyramid? Tell me. Yes, exactly correct. All right, now, what do you notice about the sides of a prism? They're going to be what, though? Shapes. They're rectangles. Do you agree? All right, they can be rectangles, right? Whereas the pyramid was always a what? Triangle. All right, so that kind of modifies the formula a little bit. All right, so here we go. So the surface area. All right, the same situation, lateral areas around. All right, so the surface area is technically the lateral area plus 2 times the base. All right, but here we go. So for a prism, we say surface area is equal to 2 times the area of the base, because there are what? 2 base areas. Do we agree? Plus, now it's still perimeter times the height. Now, some people ask me, well, why isn't there a 1/2 this time? Somebody tell me why there's no 1/2.
Choose the last one.
Yes, the 1/2 came from the triangle. All right, these are not triangles. These are what? Rectangles. The rectangle formula is base times height. All right, is everybody understanding me? Again, I'm trying to show you how simple the surface area formulas are to create, even if you forget. All right? Now, again, with that in mind, all right, 2 times the area of the base plus the perimeter times the height. All right, so let's just go down to the problems. All right, so let's look at number 1. All right, surface area. Again, I would write 2 times the area of the base plus the perimeter times the height. Now, I had some of my younger kids tell me that the base is a rectangle. True or false? False. The rectangle or the base is a what? Triangle, right? The base is the triangle. The reason why we know it's a triangle is because it's the parallel sides that are exactly the same. All right? So in this case, here we go. Surface area is equal to 2 times, what's the base shape? So 1/2. What's the base and height? 4 times 3 times 3 times 4. Uh-oh. Plus, of course, we're brilliant, so we know that the perimeter of the base is going to be again. Perimeter of the base is again. What? The perimeter of the base is what? 12. Who said that? Thank you. How did we know it's 12? It's a 3, 4, 5 right triangle. How many times are we going to do that? This is a right angle. This is a right triangle. The Pythagorean triple, 3, 4, 5. I know some of you are struggling with 3 plus 4 plus 5. That's why you have your calculators. Now, again, the perimeter of the base we said was 12. Now the hard part. What's the height of the prism? 10. So there you have it, guys. So surface area is equal to. Surface area is equal to 12. Surface area is 12. Brilliant, Dalton. Come on, tell me what the surface area is. Someone, please. Thank you. 132 what? Yeah, 132 meters squared. I'm not sure where somebody coming up with 2 and 12.
I think I meant just the beginning.
Embarrassing. All right. Now, here we go again. Number 2, what is that called? Cylinder. So again, we're going to use our formula. Please, I don't understand the problem. If you know what the surface area formula is, this is a piece of cake. So here we go. Surface area again. I want you to write. Surface area is 2 times the area of the base plus the perimeter times the height. So what is the base shape? So now we have surface area equals 2 pi r squared plus, what's the perimeter called?
Circumference.
Yes. Now, again, you can call it pi d, but in all the formulas, because there's an r, they don't want another formula, or another variable. So they just put 2 pi r h. Come on, guys. Someone's asked you what the formula for surface area of a cylinder, you should be able to rattle that thing off. 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. What?
Why is it 2 pi r squared instead of...
How many bases are there?
2.
There are 2 bases. That's the difference between a pyramid and a prism. All right? So here we go. Surface area is equal to, what's the radius? 4 squared times 2.
32.
So 32 pi plus 2 times r
8.
times 12. What?
96.
96. You're welcome. Now, surface area is equal to 128 pi centimeters squared. Oh, I don't think that's that bad. Yes, ma'am.
When you do 2 pi r squared, plus 2 pi r h. Why isn't r squared?
On the second part, because the circumference formula is 2 pi r.
Oh.
Right. So this, again, let me just make sure I'm clear. So this right here, all right, is the perimeter. And the perimeter of a circle is 2 pi r.
Oh, okay.
All right. That's how you're supposed to remember the formula. And that's what the circumference is.
Oh.
Okay?
Oh, never mind.
The perimeter is the circumference. That's exactly correct. All right. So now, number 3. Here we go again. Let's knock this out real quick. Surface area equals, what's the radius?
6.
So surface area is equal to 36 times 2, which is what?
72.
72 pi plus 12 times 4. Right. So my surface area after all that is, you don't need a calculator for 48 plus 72.
120.
Right. Everybody, okay, 120 pi meters squared. Simple. Simple. All right. All right, let's check out now number 4. Why is number 4 annoying? Because you have to remember the formula for a trapezoid. You have to remember the formula for area of a trapezoid. Please pay attention. You should know these. All right? That's why I'm telling you, write things down. All right? So here we go. Surface area. Let's knock this out. Surface area is 2 times the area of the base plus the perimeter times the height. Then you say the base shape is a trapezoid. So surface area equals 2 times, what's the formula for area of a trapezoid? I'm listening. Average of the bases times the height. Beautiful. Average of the bases, 1/2 B1 plus B2 times H plus the perimeter times the height. All right, I'm liking that. All right, now, in the interest of time, what can I do with this 2 right here and this 1/2? They cancel out, right? So now, what's base 1 plus base 2? Somebody tell me. 30 times the height, which is 240 plus, what's the perimeter? Come on. Yeah, practice your mental math, guys. You don't need a calculator for 10 plus 20 plus 9 plus 9. All right, practice the mental math. And then don't let me tell you what the answer is. You tell me. What's the height of the prism? Lots of numbers there. Don't say 8. Why would you say 12? Because that's the distance between the two bases. That's the distance between the two bases. That distance is what? 12. All right. So now, surface area. Someone tell me. How much? 816 centimeters squared. Anybody have any issues? Yes, ma'am.
I'm so confused with that.
48 is the perimeter, so please watch. Here we go. This plus this plus this plus this, all of that is the perimeter.
Oh, so it's
All right. Yep, perimeter of the base. Right, you have to identify the base. Yes, sir.
So, there's like a 10 pointing to the right side of the trapezoid. I thought that was.
Okay. So if I'm not mistaken, and I understand that, I think 10 is supposed to be pointing to this right here, isn't it?
The other
The other 10.
Oh, Yeah, that's clearly a blunder on their part. Right, because
I got like 8 points.
yeah, that's actually a good catch there. I don't the usually, right, you did a good job. Usually it's an isosceles, right? So very good. So please look up again. All right, for those guys who are questioning, I didn't even see that 10. All right, but they're saying I just automatically assumed that it's a what? Isosceles trapezoid. All right. So again, keep that in mind. That changes it. All right. So the perimeter then was not 48, but what? 49, right? So the perimeter was 49. So go back and check that. That was 49. Very good, Drew. Thank you. And whoever else saw that. 48, or now, so now the final perimeter is, tell me? 828. So thank you. 828. All right. Now, over here, for this one is generally the easiest one. All right, because it's just full of rectangles. But again, does it matter in the rectangular prism what you classify the base as? No, it does not. Is everybody with me? I call the base this guy down here. All right, I'm calling that the base. But if you decided to call this the base, would you get the same answer? Yeah. Yeah. All right, so let's just knock this out real quick. Surface area equals 2 times the area of the base plus the perimeter times the height. Surface area is equal to 2 times, well, I'm doing this base down here, right? You do the other one and see if we got the same answer, okay? So 2 times, I would say 48, plus the perimeter of the base would be 32, times the height of the prism would be 4. So surface area is equal to what here, guys? 224 square inches. And again, don't take my word for it. Don't take anybody else's word for it. You're practicing plugging numbers into formulas. Yes, ma'am.
So when you got 48, you just multiplied by that.
Yes, right, because the area of the base, that's a rectangle. 4 times 12. All right. Anybody have any objections to that? All right. So tomorrow's work, guys, I'm honestly, we're just going to go over these 2 pages. I suppose I could assign 10.6, the top half, but that's all right. We'll just spend all day tomorrow, finish that up. All right, is everybody good on that? All right, please, if anything, last problem, just do one problem. All you have to do, did we do number 4 yet? So I want you to do number 4. That'll be the only assignment. Number 4 and number 6. 2 problems. Get busy on 4 and 6. Then just make sure when I ask you tomorrow what the surface area is, you kind of rattle off the formula. All right? That's it.